What's going on YouTube? OCD for EDC here. What I've got for your face balls today, we've got an awesome package to unbox here. Been waiting for this thing for quite some time. So we're going to get into that here in a couple minutes. I also got some other stuff. We'll go ahead and use this little guy right here for a little unboxing knife. So that'll be a good time. And then here lately, I've been making a bunch of these safety drivers, and I had to restock on these guys. So for those that don't know what these are, these you can find on OCDforedc.com, our website where we have multiple different products that I make. The CME for various Spyderco compression lock knives, like the Para 3 right here, or the PM2, or I have a model for the Shaman, or Shaman, however you want to pronounce it. And then, make them for a whole bunch of different models. You can get them for the Sage 5. But, yeah, so if you want to check out OCDforedc.com, you can pick yourself up a CME, or something like this right here, what we call the safety driver. And what this is it's something that I haven't really talked about too often, really. But so it comes with two of these inserts right here. The red one is the lighter one. The blue one is the heavier one. And what this is to keep you from stripping out screws when you go to tighten up a screw. So the handles are 3D printed out of carbon fiber filament. And so this is actually Protopasta HTPLA carbon fiber filament. It has a fantastic feel to it. And then you can see that there is a magnet down inside there. And you take one of these inserts. The red one is set for 10 to 13 inch-pounds. So I'm getting ahead of myself here. You put the insert in, and you can see it's got these kind of raised spots, or dogs, if you will, on the outside that the wheel catches. And so when you tighten up this cap, just has to be on there just finger tight. It comes with the magnetic bit driver. And so this is a 1/4 inch hex bit driver. The magnet holds the bit in, and then of course there is a magnet in the tip there, so you put your whatever tool that you want in there. And then as you're trying to tighten this up, here, let me switch this out. I do have a hex here. As you're tightening up a screw, so like I said, this one is set for 10 to 13 inch-pounds. It cams over just like that. When you go to, sorry, a call was coming in. When you go to loosen up the fastener, then you get the full torque with the way that the insert is made. It can cam over in one direction. It's like a one-way clutch, or a sprag, if you will. So 10 to 13 inch-pounds on the red one. And then if you've got a little heavier piece, pull the cap off, pull the red one out, stick the blue one in, put the cap back on, and now you're set up for, I wanted to say, I can't remember right off the top of my head, I think this is like 38 to 40 inch-pounds. So it's much stiffer, and so this can keep you from stripping out your screws, and so that's why we refer to it as the safety driver. But you can see there how the tool works, and it works extremely well. So this is what you get when you purchase one of these. You get both inserts, and you get the magnetic bit driver as well as the handle. That's what you get right there. You can pick them up on OCDforedc.com if you're interested. I don't know if Molly's got the t-shirts up yet on the website, but if they're not up, they will be coming very soon. So we got a couple different colorways of t-shirts. Those are super cool. Oh, and before we open up this package, Guardian Tactical. You guys have heard me talk about Guardian Tactical multiple times. They are, by a fairly large margin, my favorite OTFs. They're made in Pennsylvania. They're just fantastic quality, and the knives are really phenomenal. I mean, the only OTF that I like more than the Guardian Tactical is the Grant and Gavin Hawk Deadlock, but you know, that's a whole nother class of knife above this. You know, the Guardian Tactical is in the same same sort of vein as like a Microtech, Ultratech, or you know, other various brands. But you know, most commonly people are comparing it to the Microtech, and they make multiple different sizes. So this here is the Recon Elite, is what this is called. This is a 4-inch blade, but you can get what's called the Recon 040, which is the standard version of this knife. You can also get the Recon 035, which is a 3.5-inch blade, basically the Microtech Ultratech size. Or they also have what's called the GTX 025, 2.5-inch blade, which I would show. I have that one as well, but I don't have it with me at the moment. I loaned that out to my buddy Zach over at Zach Stuff. He's got it right at the moment, but it's a beautiful knife, and definitely one you guys should take a look at. If you're interested, just to let you know, here is, and actually, you know what, I might just cut these images into the video. So if I did some fancy editing, you'll see the image here. But anyway, that's all the Guardian Tacticals that just came into Omaha Knife. This isn't the whole inventory. This is just all the different models they have, and they've got like 5 or 6 of each of these. So they've got a bunch of Guardian Tacticals in stock, the 2.5, the 3.5, and the 040s. So if you're interested in picking up a Guardian Tactical, go check out Omaha Knife. I'll throw a link up in the description for Omaha Knife. Certainly go and support, you know, small knife shops like that because they are fantastic to deal with. And like I said, he's got a whole bunch of Guardian Tacticals in stock right now. So go and check those out. But let's get into this package here and let's see what we're working with. All right. Oh, we got packing peanuts. Get those out of the way. Well, we're just going to have to dump some of them out. That's all there is to it. Look at that. This is the Sharp by Design. Like I said, I've been waiting on this for quite some time. Let me get these peanuts cleaned up here. And there was a little bit of an issue getting this knife. So I used the down payment option on Brian Nadeau's website when I ordered this knife. And then when the knife came in, his website, or his one of his payment sites got closed down. And so then we had to wait multiple weeks before he was up and rolling again to where I could send him payment. So I ordered the knife along with some extra hardware, which I hope like hell that's in here. There is a little sticker on the end of the box here. Okay. But let's check this out and see what we got. So we got some poison for the trolls. And I really hope my extra hardware is in here, and it doesn't appear to be. Okay, awesome. And I don't feel like that's even the model that I ordered. I'm going to have to go back and check the... You got to be kidding me. I'm going to have to go back. Okay. So I got a card here from Mike Emler for Crazy Sharp. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, maybe Mike Emler is doing some sort of sharpening service or something for Brian? I don't really know. But okay, well, I'm going to have to hit up Brian to find out where my extra hardware is, as well as take a look at which model I actually purchased, because I don't think that this is the one that I bought. But either way, this is it. This is the Mini Tempest. So, it looks pretty good. Let's see here. Okay. This has got, I don't even remember what the inlay was. Like I said, I'm going to have to go and check the emails to remember how I ordered it, because I just don't remember. I know I ordered extra hardware though, because I got the satin hardware as well as the PVD coated hardware. And I thought that I got a coated blade, but maybe I didn't. I just don't remember. It's been too long ago. All right. Looks very nice. So we've got, looks like a hand rub satin. I mean, the satin lines are running horizontal with the cutting edge, which is very nice. And traditional Sharp by Design pocket clip. That looks good. Action is a little bit dry. It feels like it needs some lubricant on there, if you will, but blade centering is perfect. Action feels really good. It's a little bit bigger than I was expecting, but that's fantastic, because I would have rather had the full-size custom is absolutely gorgeous. For those that don't know, Brian does some amazing custom work. This is one of the, mid-techs or production runs, whatever you want to call it. It's a Brian Nadeau design from Sharp by Design, but this is made by Riot. And it's a gorgeous knife. Got a little bit of a poon on there, which, I love that. And yeah, that feels really, really nice. Like I said, could definitely use a little bit of lubricant. But all in all, it looks really fantastic. And I don't necessarily mind this colorway. I just don't remember. It's been too long ago. I don't remember what I ordered. But I definitely know that I got extra hardware. So, like I said, I'm going to have to hit Brian up and find out what's going on with my hardware. But anyway, let me just make sure I didn't miss anything in the box here. I don't think I did. Yep, nope. Didn't miss anything in the box, so he must have forgot to throw the hardware in, but I will definitely hit him up for that. It's kind of strange that the clip, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the clip should have been coated. It just seems a little bit odd to have just that satin clip on there. But, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just, yeah, it's awfully bright when you got this, the coated titanium along with the dark inlay. But let's see how this feels in pocket. Pocket clip is a little bit tight. I actually have on a pair of shorts right at the moment that are pretty thin, and so it should go in pretty easily, but it's actually a little bit tight. So might be a little bit of an issue with, something like jeans or something like that, but otherwise the knife definitely feels really good in hand. And yeah, I have no doubts that the action and whatnot, once I get it lubed up, let's see what this thing, how this came out of the factory and what we've got going here for a factory edge. Now, this isn't necessarily important. This is just, more for entertainment than anything. But we'll check her out here. All right. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, you guys can see the screen. Let's see. So what we're looking for here is something under 200, preferably under 100 would be fantastic, but we'll see. All right, here we go. Ooh, 125. So definitely a really, really nice factory edge on there. They did a good job sharpening this thing. And that satin finish on the blade looks fantastic. The edge looks really nice. Yeah, they did a really nice job making that blade. It looks really good. And of course, you know, Brian does such a good job on the handles and all the contouring and everything. Feels really, really good in hand. I don't remember what the blade length on this guy is. I'm guessing it's going to be around the 3 1/4 range, 3.3 inch range, but let's find out. Oh, it's 3 1/2. Okay. That's why I was thinking it looks a little bigger than what I was expecting. So I was expecting around the 3 1/4 inch blade range, and yeah, it's 3 1/2. So that's fantastic. It's a very slim handle. I really like it a lot. It's definitely nice to hold on to, and you know it's going to pocket very well. It's just a really nice looking knife, and it's lightweight as well. Let's get an overall measurement here. Yeah, overall, including the flipper tab, 4.37. So definitely relatively small in pocket. It's only, yeah, in its fattest area, it's right at 1/2 inch, but the handles are contoured, so it makes it, you know, feel a little slimmer than that, but it's really comfortable. It feels really, really good in hand. And, oh yeah, this thing definitely feels very, very nice for sure. So let me go grab a scale real quick. I forgot to bring that out here, and we'll check and see what the weight on this guy is. Okay, got a scale out here. So 3 1/2 inch blade, 4.3 overall, including that flipper tab, which does stick out a little past the end of the knife there. That's on grams. There we go, ounces. 3.3 ounces. So definitely, yeah, it's a good size. It's a good weight. Yeah, I definitely think that this is definitely going to be a really popular one for sure. And it already is. I mean, I'm confident that this thing's sold out everywhere. So, yeah, it's definitely a really nice, nice looking knife. And yeah, I dig it for sure. It's a cool one, definitely. So what do you guys think of the Sharp by Design Mini Tempest? And let's, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and get up in here real quick and see if we can improve. Yeah, so we've just got one screw through the clip here that's screwing into the titanium. And then we have a pivot screw, and the pivot screw is only tooled on the lock bar side, which I love to see. This is a T8. Yes, it is. Yep. So I've had a few of Brian's knives, and they're always made this kind of way, you know, with a longer screw in the back like that. And this pocket clip design he's had on multiple knives. The Void had the same design, same hardware design. Here we go. So we did definitely had some Loctite on here. but I'm keeping the pivot pushed in on the show side because there's going to be some kind of a feature under there that keeps it from free spinning. We'll take a look at that in a moment. There we go. Okay, those pins were tight in there. All right, so we've got our washers. There's our stop pin. So this here is the show side scale, and you can see where the screw goes in, and then that pin. It's a relatively large diameter pin, but very nice. And we've got Brian's pivot or lock bar insert here with the detent, which is, you know, interesting and a unique design to Brian. So instead of using like a ceramic ball, he uses a feature that's milled into that lock bar insert right there for the detent, and you can see it's got a ramp to it and locks up into this area. So that's that little step right there is what makes the detent, and you can see the you can see the rub mark on the blade there. And then, you know, pretty standard, just brass cage ceramic bearings here with a couple hardened steel inserts. I'm just wiping these off. Okay, and then this was, it did have a tiny bit of kind of an oil in there, but it was very, very minimal and really nothing on the detent. So we're going to improve this considerably. And then as far as so this was just like the void. So there's a little square, it's kind of hard to see right there, but there's a little male square around that pivot. Yeah, you can see hopefully you can see the square on, there you go. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can see where that's machined. So that pivot screw sits down in there. And it doesn't take much to lock it up, but yeah, right there. And then you have a non-free spinning pivot, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and we are going to put this all back together. Now, I haven't really talked about this at all, but this is something that I'm working on. Instead of using oil, I am using grease, and so far I've gone through a couple of different, more than a couple, but a few different formulations, if you will, trying to find the perfect viscosity and type of grease that I want. And I've been extremely happy with this. So I think this is going to be the one. I'm pretty sure. So you guys will learn more about this very, very soon. But yeah, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and use my grease. And we're going to see how it does on this particular knife right here. So one of the things that, I've been using stuff like KPL and different oils and whatnot. And some of them are, I like KPL, I like KPL heavy. But, the reality is that you can still, have it run out through the pivot screw. And if you got something like micarta, it just creates a problem. You can have oil that runs out around the pivot screw and shows in the micarta and all that sort of stuff. So I've been dealing with and trying to find a grease that, one, had a low enough surface tension that it didn't create, stiction, but two, was thick enough to stay on where I wanted it to. And basically what I came up with was I was going to have to mix some stuff up myself. And so that's what I've done. And like I said, I feel pretty good about this stuff right here is working out beautifully. And it's working well, it actually incredibly well on bearing knives as well as washer knives. And so I think I've pretty well got it squared away. And so this might be something that you guys see very, very soon. We'll see how it goes, but make sure I don't have any junk on that bearing. Okay, I'm going to throw a little bit on here because we've got some space on these brass cage bearings. They're open on the back side. I'm just going to throw a couple little tiny dabs of grease in there, and then I'm going to put some right on, which this is really where the grease shines, is on the detent path. And this particular grease works extremely well on kind of smoothing out the highs and the lows, if you will. It's got some modifiers in it that kind of support that sort of activity. So yeah, like I said, you guys will learn about this very, very soon. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and shut that. Okay, so you can see here how the blade stop works right there. So in the closed position, it's hitting the blade stop, and then the open position goes all the way around and hits the blade stop. It's kind of an interesting place to put the blade stop. Generally they're back over here, but yeah, that's pretty cool. And then of course you've got the cutout there for the pocket clip. Okay. We're lined up. Okay. Excellent. Blade centering is absolutely perfect. You can see it lines up with the little split in the titanium, which is beautiful. Let's see what we got here. We have 0 blade play. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Yep. So, right on. Well, yeah, this is, I don't know if you can get the, oh yeah, you can get the flick on it. So there's just enough space to get in on that fuller, especially doing it left-handed. I put my thumb on the pivot screw right there. If I can do it right-handed. Oh yeah. Man, that lube is beautiful. Look at that. Yeah. Wow. I might have the pivot just a little bit too tight. But Man, it's good. It's really, really good, actually. If I get my finger on it correctly. Yeah. Nice. Perfect. So, let me wipe this blade off here a bit. Okay. So, like I said, you'll learn more about this coming up very, very soon. For those that are interested, I'll give you all the details about it. And yeah, it's fantastic. But yeah, look at that blade. That's hand rubbed satin, or even if it's machine done, either way, it's gorgeous. You can see we've got kind of a blasted finish inside the fuller there. But, making the satin longitudinal with the blade, it just changes things. It's just, you don't see it that often. And then the PVD coating on the titanium, the I don't know what they're calling that, marble carbon fiber gold, marble carbon fiber. And then we've got the same thing with the longitudinal satin on the pocket clip with some fingerprints. But yeah, that looks beautiful. Get the fingerprints off of it real quick. Yeah. Yep. That's gorgeous. And then I really like the way he does the lock bar inserts. It's got the insert is what sticks up a little higher, and it's got, a nice bevel to it. It's comfortable, super functional, and, the front flipper works beautifully. And then you can also get in there on that fuller and Spidey flick it. Gorgeous little knife. Yeah, I'm pumped with it for sure. I'm going to have to hit him up and get my hardware. But even if this isn't the color that I ordered, which I don't remember, like I said, it may have been. It's been so long ago that I ordered it, I just don't remember. But definitely, want the other hardware because I think it would look good blacked out as well. And there you go, Mini Tempest. Right on. Well, I'm glad that I finally got the thing. Took forever, but it definitely does not disappoint, so that's awesome. If you guys want to check out Guardian Tactical stuff, go hit up Omaha Knife. They just got a whole bunch of them in. And then also the safety driver, if you guys want to check that thing out, hit up ocdforedc.com, as well as, CMEs, that sort of thing. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. I will catch you next time. Peace.